Good morning. Good morning. This is Doing Relationships Friday. I'm Jennifer Hurvitz. I'm your host every single Tuesday and sometimes on Friday if I feel like it. But I have to take a deep breath. Therapy, Jeff. I have to take a deep breath, a deep breath, a deep breath. I need to medicate extra for this one. I'm enamored. I'm in love. I don't even know what to say. I'm wearing my special T-shirt for you. I like you very much. Therapy, Jeff. I like
I
you
love
very
that.
much.
I like
Okay.
you too.
So if you're watching this episode right now, or if you're in and you're listening, then you can, I just can't even speak. Dr. Jeff, God. Therapy Jeff is here, you guys. Therapy Jeff Gunther is here. And if you don't know who Therapy Jeff is, I feel like there's something wrong with you. Am I allowed to say that? That's like mean. That's
We can say that. Like they know that you're tongue in cheek. We're like having fun here. Yeah.
Okay, good, because you're fantastic. You're amazing. Your TikTok is okay. Your TikTok, your Instagram, your Patreon. You're good at what you do.
Thank you. Yeah. It turns out I am very good at making 60-second videos where I talk extremely fast, sometimes too fast, but I like put a bunch of content in there, as much information as I possibly can in 60 seconds or less.
Okay, but you work hard. It's not easy what you do.
Oh, it's not easy. Yeah, making one of those 60-second videos takes anywhere between 1 and 3 hours.
And people think you just like put it up there and it's just really simple and you just spit out all this. It's hard.
It's hard, but you know what? I want them to think that it's just natural and simple. I'm just holding up my phone and be like, here's some like amazing relationship advice. I just saved your life. Like if that's how you want to take it, good.
Fine. Perfect. And it's funny because I told my friends, I'm like, oh my gosh, you'll never believe who's coming on my podcast. It's Therapy Jeff. And they're like, oh my God, how did you get Therapy Jeff? I'm like, I'm just that good.
You're really good.
Oh,
yeah, you did well. I say no to a lot of people.
Do you?
Oh
my God. Oh my God. It feels so good. I'm so honest.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was like deciding what should we talk about, and I went through all your reels and your videos and your TikToks, and I'm like, just let him talk. Just let the man talk, because honestly, anything that comes out of your mouth, people are like, shut up, Jennifer. We've had enough of you. It's Therapy Jeff. Be quiet. So, I mean, chemistry. Like all my clients are like, I don't feel it. There's no spark. He was not 6 feet. He was bald. He didn't have blue eyes. She wasn't green. She wasn't whatever. Talk to us. What is the deal? Does there have to be chemistry? I mean, I know the answer, but you tell us. What do you think? Where do we start?
What is the deal? You know what? I'm interested in your answer because I feel like when I talk to lots of folks about chemistry, they're all over the place.
I know, right?
You could talk to somebody that's all the way on the other end of the spectrum of like chemistry is the most important thing in the world. It has to be there on the first date. If it's not, then there's something missing and you drop them and you go to another person is like, hey, it's maybe like a really good thing if chemistry isn't there, if you're not like all, Twitter pated, and maybe like chemistry can build and it's something you can create. And these are ways that you do it. And then you sort of like fall, we all fall somewhere in between on the spectrum. I am also all over the place on the spectrum. It sort of like depends what day you're asking me this question. But I'm closer to you don't need to have chemistry right at the start. And in fact, it could like possibly be like a warning sign or a red flag, at least a yellow flag maybe, if there's too much like quote unquote chemistry. And there's lots of different reasons for that. And I think we should dive into why that may be. But there's one of the reasons I sort of like categorize it in like a really simple way of like there's red flag chemistry and there's green flag chemistry.
I love this. Okay.
And there's a big difference. And I think the red flag chemistry is just more intoxicating. And when I think of like red flag chemistry, let me know what you think. It's mostly like, okay, I'm falling for somebody and it is fucking chaotic. Like, what is going on? I have no idea what's happening. I'm losing control and I'm thrilled. Like, this is amazing.
I like that sometimes though, Jeff.
Yeah.
That's kind of my jam. But then I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And when you don't know what's going to happen, or you're getting like sent mixed messages, or they're sort of like quote unquote breadcrumbing you, they're sort of like giving you like little pieces just to kind of like grab onto, and you don't know if you're going to see them again or not. And is this the last time we're having sex, or are we going to do it again? Like everything is so amplified, and it's red flag chemistry because like you've lost control. They probably have all of it or a lot of it. You might be getting like love bombed, where they're just like showering you with everything and they don't really even know you, so they're just like projecting a bunch of bullshit onto you. And like I said, it's chaotic and you're out of control. That feels dangerous, even though it feels great.
But I have a question. Do you think that comes with maturity, age, being healthy yourself, or because I feel like that was kind of who I was when I was younger in my 20s, like before I did the work on myself. I loved that like rush of, God, this is
Mm,
fucking hot, right? But
mhm.
now I'm turning 50, don't tell anyone.
Okay.
And now I'm like, I'm kind of over that shit.
I think I don't know if it has to do with age, but I think it has to do with maturity
Oh,
and development. Yeah, I think that there's like plenty of immature older people out there.
I've met a few thousand.
Yeah, yeah, I
Just
think
kidding.
we all have probably.
Yeah.
But it does, I think it also comes with like you experience that red flag chemistry and you got burnt out or you got burned or it felt horrible or you were dropped and you like the high was really high but the low was incredibly low and you
Awful.
learned your fucking lesson
Right.
over the 15 times that happened and you're like I can't do this anymore and now you're looking to grow and to change and to evolve and you're being like a lot more aware and mindful and thoughtful about the type of chemistry that you're feeling when you first start dating someone. So we'll get to back to red flag chemistry, but I feel like
Please.
the opposite is green flag chemistry, which again might not be as intoxicating, but that might be good because you're going to probably be a little bit more like level headed and in the moment with somebody who has green flag chemistry, which is more like oh my God, we share like so many interests and values and hobbies and passions and core belief systems. And I feel so safe and seen and understood that I can feel like I'm just like totally okay being my authentic self.
I
And
love
when you
that.
can just like
My
be
favorite.
your authentic self, you're just like exploding with like potential and curiosity and who you really are. And you feel like you're really being like seen in a real way and that there's so much chemistry there and they feel that same sort of chemistry too and it's not you haven't lost control you're going to like continue seeing them because like this feels really good and solid and good communication and you're both sort of swooning over each other
I
so
love that.
that's like the green flag chemistry
Yeah.
that I love to feel and that I
Yeah, I
want
love that
people
too.
to notice.
Okay, but what happens? Here's my question for you. So I have clients that come to me and they feel all that the green chemistry right there, like the green flag. They're like, but they're not attracted to him
Ugh.
or her. And I'm like, what? And the actual, please, that's what a lot of my clients, and they're saying, well, I know I have all this and we have all these great, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I'm not sure he's my type.
Mhm. So this is like a very therapist-y thing to say, and this might not be actually what's happening, but I'll tell you the first place I go when
Okay.
somebody says that is when they say like, "Oh, there's all these green flags, everything's really amazing, I can feel like my authentic self, whatever, whatever, but I just don't know if they're my type." The first place I can go is like, "Well, okay, I'm worried that your type is based on some childhood wound that was never healed or
Right.
acknowledged.
Right.
And they're not your type because you learned very long ago when you're a kid that intimacy means abandonment or danger or trauma or abuse or sporadic attention
Mm,
or you're not going to get your needs met and when you like and when we do and like that's a part of that red flag chemistry is that like sometimes we're like attracted to somebody because we're actually remembering what it feels like to not get our needs met we're remembering that childhood wound that was created in the past and it feels like oh this is intimacy okay, this feels familiar and comfortable, and they are quote unquote the one. But if you have green flag chemistry, that person hopefully, likely, um, is not replicating some trauma or wound in the past, and so that you just feel like, oh, they just want to be around me because they like me and because I like them, and then there's no like desperation there, or there's no like I'm like going to somehow heal my relationship with my abusive father through this person,
right.
right? It's just sort of like, oh, we're just a really good match.
Yeah.
And because that happens, it sometimes feels like something's missing or it feels so unfamiliar that you can't trust it. You know what I mean?
I get that. Yeah, I mean, yes, because you feel like the other shoe is going to drop, right? Or like something,
Hmm.
it can't be real. It's like too good to be
Hmm.
true almost.
Right. And so you're going to convince yourself that maybe there's something missing because so many of those check boxes have been ticked. And you're just like, oh no, I need to protect myself. And in order to protect myself, I'm going to like convince myself subconsciously at least that this
Right.
is not my person. And this green flag chemistry is actually not really chemistry at all. And the feeling of security and safety, unfortunately, which is feels like a real mind fuck. But like security and safety doesn't feel sexy a lot of the times. It
You're
doesn't
so
feel
right.
hot a lot of the
You're
times,
so right. You're so right. Yeah,
right?
you're right. Because
So
yeah, but it is. I think I'm like, God, that's hot. That like it's just. I sometimes yeah, I don't know. I could do this all day. Do you have all day for this?
sure, let's do it.
But then you have the other way that flips around there. Like, well, I'm not going to have sex with him on the first date, even if he's hot, because, and is it just a woman thing? Like, are we? I'm not going to be sexist, but like, I feel
Mm-hmm.
like we just are so in our heads,
Mm-hmm.
and we just,
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I get it. I get why you might want to delay sex
Yeah, me
or
too.
not do it. I mean, when you have sex, then all the oxytocin chemicals go off, dopamine, like you get biologically attached, like so, and then you get like a little maybe too dreamy eyed or something. I'm not saying you shouldn't
Yeah,
have sex, but I
no,
understand why
right.
somebody might not want to have sex because you want to sort of like protect yourself. And I think maybe we can make it into a gender thing. I think like a woman might want to go ahead and like uh hang out for a little bit just because like they feel like they can maybe get like too attached too fast. I think
Hmm.
a guy can as well, but I think men are just a little bit more. I mean, we're not being sexist, yada
No,
yada
no,
yada,
no.
but like in general, I think men are just a little more detached from their emotions. So if they do have those feelings of attachment, they might be able to ignore them or avoid them or not really like tap into them. That's not the case for me, and that's not the case for a lot of guys I know.
Right.
But men are socialized to like not be in touch with their feelings, so there's that whole thing.
There's just so much. There's so many moving parts of this relationship thing.
I
You know what I'm
know, and
saying?
we're
It's a lot.
always trying to figure out like, is there chemistry at the beginning? Like, do I really vibe with this person? What's going on? And if you get too analytical, you can't really tell sometimes. Like, you're not really in
Yeah.
your body or in your heart. Like, you're not really like feeling what it feels like to be with that person. You
Yeah.
know?
And I think a lot of times we're so in our head about it that we forget that your heart you should just be authentically who you are. And we're like, well, I can't all the rules, like, well, I
Mm.
can't tell him how I feel. And God forbid I should say I seem needy or I seem crazy or I seem it's just like I feel so bad for everybody, including me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's like hard to date. It's hard. But it shouldn't be that hard.
it shouldn't be that hard. I understand why it feels hard, and it's sort of like sometimes I like to think like maybe like you're not going to say the wrong thing to the right person.
Yes, I love that. That's my favorite quote.
Is it? Okay.
Yes, I love it. It's true because I feel like you can't if the person really likes you, like I mean, if you say that you don't seem needy to the person that really like wants to, wants you, like you just don't.
No, if they really like you, then they're not going to see your neediness as like, oh my God, they need all this like emotional
Right.
validation. You're going to be like, I can't wait to reassure them. I
Yes.
can't wait to show up for them. I
Yeah.
want to make them feel secure and safe and stable. And I want them to know that I really like them. And so if
Right.
there's ever an opportunity for me to reassure them or let them know they shouldn't be insecure or I'm here for them, then they're just going to like jump all over that. That is like so many green flags right there.
Right.
Yeah. And if
And
they experience you as needy or as too much or something, then show them that side of you and give them the opportunity to walk away so you can find somebody who will actually meet those needs. It's like, are you needy or are you just not getting your needs met? I feel like it's usually you're not getting your needs met because the person you're with can't step up or doesn't know how to, or maybe you're not actually like saying what your needs
oh,
are.
please say what you need. Oh, please,
Yeah.
people. Yeah, I feel like somebody, a lot of times I tell my client, like, you guys, you have to say what no one's a
Hmm.
mind reader. You have to
Hmm.
say what you want, or else you're being passive aggressive and the resentment.
Hmm.
It's like all day
Hmm.
long, it's like us.
Oh yeah, I'm just like I'm big on encouraging people to like
Me too.
train their partner to like be a good partner that will meet their needs. Like when I'm dating somebody new, I have no fucking idea how they
No,
want to be loved and how they want to be emotionally supported and what they need in a relationship. So I'm just like tell me all of it. Like tell me all of it so I can like try to figure out how to meet those needs. If I can't or if I don't want to, I'll let you know it won't work out. But I really like you and I think I'm like pretty, emotionally savvy enough to like meet a lot of those needs. So like give me the chance to do that. But if you never speak up, you're going to like not get those needs met. You're going to resent me for it. You're going to feel disconnected. I'm not going to know why. It's going to be fucking weird. So
right.
like you might as well just sort of like go for it. All that being said, there is the like I feel like sometimes when I go down this road, this can make people like get maybe even too much in their head, because sometimes the first or second or third date is just like, are you having a good time? Like
How are you
that's all.
doing? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know
Although
what I
people
mean?
quote you all the time. Well, Therapy Jeff says, well, then I know what I do. I send people, and I mean, I'm in the business, right? But I still send
Sure.
all of my friends like your reels and how
Yeah.
many times have it's been shared? I can't even imagine how many
Oh
times.
God, so many
Right.
times. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I
Hmm.
just feel like, well, it cracks me up because
Well,
I send so much of yourself to people.
thank you. I appreciate that. And a lot of the feedback I get when people are like sending things to people or just watching my videos is they're sort of like, they eventually thank me and they're like, you know what? I broke up with my person because of your videos. And a lot of my videos
I did.
are not about breaking up. It's just sort of
No.
like, how do you get your needs met? What's a healthy relationship? And it's this mirror of like, this is how it should go maybe. And you're like, oh,
Like,
this isn't fucking working.
right.
I'm
I
out of
did. I
here.
broke up with my boyfriend in May because of you.
Oh,
So
well,
thank you.
you're welcome.
I did. I swear to God. I
Wow.
mean, 5.5 years we were together.
Oh,
And
whoa.
I
That's
do what you
huge.
do. I mean, I'm like a dater, right? But I
Sure.
knew I had to do it. It's always like, what is it? The shoemaker's kids go without shoes. Is that some kind
Mm-hmm.
of stupid cliche? I
Mm-hmm.
don't fucking know. But yeah, it's like, so I just kept going like, this isn't right. It isn't working. He's a great guy. I love him, but I love him, but I love him. It was always, I love him, but, and then I was like, nope, nope, nope. Therapy Jeff said, and then I started sending him your shit.
Oh, there you
Right.
go.
And then
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was like, oh, yeah. And then like, don't you think we need to break up? And he's like,
Mm.
yeah. It's not like, well, Therapy Jeff did say. And then I was like, yeah, right. Therapy Jeff. I mean, I swear to God, like, and I feel like also people, they realize when they watch your stuff, like they can't maybe say it themselves,
Right. Right.
but you say it so eloquently and you say it
Oh,
so,
thank you.
you really do. You say it so spot on in
Mm.
your humor and your wit and just the
Mm-hmm.
way that I'm
Mm-hmm.
obsessed with you. I think you're awesome. I want to be there. But that's my next
uh,
t-shirt. I want to be. Um,
I love
yeah,
to
but
hear
like
it.
then you can send it to people and then it's like it sounds better when you say it.
Yeah, I just made one today. I think I'm gonna post it tomorrow, but because my relationship of over 2 years just ended 3 days ago.
Should I say
Uh,
congratulations or sorry?
I mean, all of it.
Okay, all of it.
Yeah, all of the above. Because it was like, she was lovely. We were a good match in so many ways. It's one of those relationships where it's just like, oh, there's so much good
Oh, that was
in
mine.
this relationship, right? And it's so much easier if it's just like, wow, 90% of me is like not wanting to be in this. But really, it was just 51% of me didn't want to be in this relationship. But it was 51% for a long time, for like
Yes.
6 months or something or
Yeah.
longer. I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, please just like get like into like the better percentage. It never really did. And I made a video today. I mean, I'm obviously thinking a lot about my
Yeah.
ex, and I miss her and I love her, and I hate that we're like my best friend, that we're not like talking to each other, like it's just
That's
fucking
what I miss the
heartbreaking.
most. That's the
Yeah.
hardest.
Yeah, exactly. And I know that she's sad and she didn't want to end it. And so I was the one who ended it. So I feel horrible and guilty and yada, yada, whatever. It's not whatever. It's real. But it's
It's real.
like
Yes, it is.
one of the videos I made today was something like, if it's really hard for you to end a relationship that's not serving you or is unhealthy or it's even abusive, if it's really difficult to end it and you should end it, there's a real possibility that you didn't feel chosen by your parents. Because there was this thing that happened with me when I grew up where I was just like, my sister always got chosen. My mom and dad always had like mental health issues going on. Like I was always in the background. And sometimes I was chosen. Sometimes I felt seen and heard and loved. But yeah, you're pointing to yourself. The, so there's like, so now when I'm in relationships, like I probably should have ended this relationship with Stacy a while ago, but I didn't because she was choosing me, and that was fucking intoxicating. And
That's exactly it.
I will stay in a relationship where I feel chosen, even if my needs aren't being met. You know what I mean? How do you feel about
I can't talk. I'm having an aha moment right
that?
now. Like I feel that is I like that's absolutely you're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, as
Because
little
it does feel
kids,
good, doesn't it?
Oh my God, it does. And we're like, we're hoping for it and trying to create it as little kids if we're not getting it as much as we. And I'm not trying to like shit on parents, even though I
No,
love to shit on parents.
I do
Like
too.
that parent could be like going through their own trauma, or they're a single parent, or they're just getting divorced, or they're trying to do their best, or they don't have the skills, or they're abusive, or they're alcoholics, or something
Or they
like
have
really
four
traumatic,
kids
or
like
they have four.
mine,
Yeah,
and I was number
exactly.
one, and they're like, "Get out next."
Exactly. Yeah. Well, there you
That
go.
was me.
Okay. So yeah, that's it. And
Yeah,
you don't, you like, they have to like, they feel like they have to pay attention to the other kids
of
because you're
course.
going to be okay. You're the
Yeah,
oldest,
I was
whatever
fine. They
excuse
had
or
other kids
yeah.
that they had
And
to take
maybe
care of.
you didn't even know and you didn't speak up, or you had no idea that you didn't feel chosen, or you didn't, or you
I know.
couldn't because you didn't want your sibling, whatever the reason is. There's like a feeling of not being chosen. And then we kind of like seek out people that choose us and we can't end it.
Yes.
Um, even if,
And
and
he did. He
so,
chose me every day. He chose me
yeah.
every. I mean, you're
Hmm.
absolutely right because that was like, I. You're absolutely right.
Hmm.
Oh my God, Jeff.
So even if you're with somebody who abuses you, and all of your friends are like, "What the fuck are you doing?
Right.
What is wrong with you?" Even so, like, well,
Yeah.
they choose me, and I
Yep.
didn't feel chosen, and
Yep.
and that goes back to a childhood wound, which goes back to red flag chemistry, which is so hard to notice. So, like, you and
Okay.
I can,
Circled that around for me.
yeah, you like that?
Are you a podcast host by any chance? I,
I've just
yes, you
started a
are.
new
Yes, you
podcast
are. I know.
actually. Yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
Uh,
Swoon podcast, everybody.
yeah,
Check it
I'm on
out,
the
right?
Swoon podcast. Go
That's
check
right.
it out
That's it.
there.
Yep.
There's the you and I can talk about like, oh, like red flag, green flag, and people can listen to this and be like, oh, I get it, this resonates, but it's really difficult to tell the difference. Like I think you mentioned, like it's just you can't tell the difference sometimes until it's too late and you're hooked.
Yep.
You know what I
Oh, I
mean?
know. I know.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in there and you're like, God, this feels good, but it's so not good.
Mm-hmm.
It's so bad. And
It's
then you're like,
so yeah.
but it's hurts so good.
But it hurts. And now I'm broken up. We're
Yep.
broken up. I've been broken up for 3 days, and I have lots of friends, and they're all lovely, and I have like a really tight knit community. And most of my friends are therapists, so they're like amazing, trained, emotional, professionally emotional. Like they're just so good, and they're checking in on me, and
Okay,
I'm
good.
seeing them every day. However, I don't feel chosen in the way that I was chosen with my girlfriend. So now I just have to fucking sit here and feel shitty and feel grief and feel sadness. And if I
But you
was,
have to.
and I have to, but if I was 24, oh my God, I would not be sitting here. We'd be
No.
back together and we'd be going, like, I'd be like,
Yes.
we'd be having sex. It'd be the
Of
best sex we
course.
ever had. I'd feel so chosen. So would she. Like, and we would just go back and forth for way too long, you know? But now I'm 41 years old
Oh, you're
and
a baby. You're a baby.
I'm 41, but I still look 24, right? Can you tell everybody that I still look like I mean,
You
maybe
look
25. Yeah, yeah, I look great.
you look great.
Um,
Fabulous. I don't think you'll have a problem finding anyone.
oh,
I have
thank
to be
you.
honest because people love
Well, here's the problem though, is that like if I did meet somebody and they knew who Therapy Jeff was or they were a
oh,
Therapy Jeff fan, I'm really scared that like if I'm not the most amazing dater in the world and all this and
yes.
like I show them some of my flaws or imperfections, like I like give amazing advice, admittedly, but I do not follow all of my advice. So it'd be a real letdown if you dated Therapy Jeff and he was just like normal Jeff. You know what
I
I
get that
mean?
all the time. Oh,
Yeah,
I want that. I wanted Jennifer, I wanted the
exactly.
truth Hurvitz, or I wanted that.
Right.
Where's
Hmm.
TikTok Jen? I'm like, oh, she's sleeping. You gotta fuck off. I suck. I'm the worst. I can't even coach myself. I was like, but yeah, I get it. People want they don't want the real. Ah,
Have you this is kind of a side note but
sure.
connected. Have you heard of that app called Raya? It's a dating app,
I,
Raya.
yes. What is it? I've heard of it.
So it's only for it's only for like celebrities and musicians and
Yes, yes, yes,
influencers and like
yes. You should go on there.
I actually like I reached out to like this somewhat well-known comedian, Catherine Cohen. She has a Netflix special, and
Okay.
she's lovely, she's amazing. And I was like, hey, do you know that app Raya? Have you tried? Because you can only be on Raya if you're
Yes.
invited by somebody who's also yeah.
Yes.
And she
Yes.
was
Yes.
like, I have been on it and it's horrible and I do not
Oh,
recommend it. And it's just a bunch of
really?
fucking snowboarders or something. I was like, oh,
Oh,
what? I don't know. That's just one person's opinion. And then I looked through all the reviews and all the reviews were like, this is kind of not a great place to be.
actually, I have a friend
Oh,
that
really?
a friend of a friend who actually met her husband. She's a comedian.
Oh.
And she met her husband, who's a chef
Mm.
on Raya.
Well, okay. There's a good testimonial then.
And she's a great comedian.
Ugh, yeah.
I wish I could say her name, but I can't. But she's fantastic. I'll tell you after.
There, okay, yeah, please do.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with my ex-wife last night. We're like still very good friends, best
So are
friends.
me and my ex-husband. I call him my husband.
Yeah, Kate is family, like, and she always will be, and she's lovely. And she was like helping me through this breakup, and I'm not ready to like get out there right now at all. But she brought up Raya, and she was like, it's gonna be me. And then I told her later, like the next day, today, and I was like, you know what? I'm not sure if it's that great. And she was like, well, now what am I supposed to do? Like, she was just like, I'm gonna get famous so I can be on Raya. She was so disappointed.
Oh, because then you could invite her.
Exactly.
Oh my God, that's exactly. Wait,
but
what about?
Still,
there's another one too that has like famous, like a more lox and no, not bagels and cream cheese, not that one. What's it called? Not the League.
Yeah, I was thinking
it's a higher one. Lox something. I should know this. I'm a dating coach, but I should probably know this one. But it's for famous people. I'll tell you. I'll find it.
Okay, yeah, find out. It's nice because like maybe like somebody will like get you and encourage you to keep doing your thing, and you'll be like good like supporters and cheerleaders for each other.
Yeah,
so like
you have to have someone that gets you.
Appeal, and also like maybe they like they won't like judge you if you let them down. They're not putting you up on a pedestal because they're already up there with you. Yeah.
It's like Chelsea Handler. She's single.
Oh, she's on Raya.
Yeah, she is, and she's single.
What's up, Chelsea Handler? Yeah.
I mean, could we fix that? That's a fix. She's good people.
Oh, she seems like good people.
I love her. You guys, I think maybe that's it. Chelsea. Chelsea, are you listening?
Give me a call, Chelsea. Chelsea. But give me some time. I need some time to heal.
You need some time.
I'll get there eventually.
We don't want her to be a rebound. We want her to be the real thing.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, Jeff, I think you're just like, I can't even stand it. I've been like sweating over this, like not even knowing what to do. Because you are like the number one, like you're my dream guest. Aww. You know, everyone says like, if you could have a podcast guest, who would it be? And they're like, oh, Jenny McCarthy. And you're like, oh, no, like you are it for me.
That's
like
so
I've reached
sweet.
my goal. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here.
You can end the podcast now. You ended on a high note. No more
podcasts.
I'm
done. I don't even know how long we've gone, but it's 30 minutes exactly right. That's it. I'm
Perfect.
Like, come on, that's it. Have you ever written a book before?
No, but I'm thinking seriously about doing that. Yeah.
Let me know because I've written 3. My third one comes out.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
When does it come out? Oh, October, my third one. I just decided
I'd love to talk to you more about that.
Yes, come write a book and I'll give you my publisher's name, but you should definitely, because I think you're like, you need a Netflix special. You need like a TV show. We should do
right?
I mean, I wrote a screenplay. We should get together and do something. It'd be fun.
Let's do it.
You're awesome. Thank you, Jeff. Okay,
Thanks
so Therapy Jeff Gunther. Where can we find you? Patreon. What does everyone need to do to get you, to find you?
You can find me. You can find Therapy Jeff at TikTok and Instagram and Patreon. Just search for Therapy Jeff. I'm probably starting a Snapchat and we'll see. I don't know. I'm just trying to YouTube at Therapy Jeff. I'm all over the place. Just
how do you do it all?
Jeff. I don't know. I'm looking for an assistant. If anybody wants to help me out,
oh my God, you're going to get 5 million calls now. Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot. It's a lot of posting. Yeah,
I know. I'm tired. It's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot. Okay, but the Patreon's important because that's where
Patreon's important, and also like I love Patreon because I post the 60-second videos.
Okay.
On all the platforms, and then on Patreon, I talk about each video that I posted for another like 10 minutes, where I'm just riffing. I'm just like, here's a deep dive into exactly what I'm talking about, or this is a personal story of like how I'm connected to this. So you really get to know me, and it's just $4 a month. So how can you not join?
That. I'm joining. Yeah. I can't believe I didn't join. But also your T-shirts, that's awesome too. But something else has changed a little bit. I want to touch on something really quickly. You started doing stories, more stories that are really fucking funny. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if people like realize that like you're joking, but like you do do you think? Because
I don't, you know what? I'm just taking a chance. I try to make it obvious. A lot of times I'm like, hey, do you want bad therapy? I will give you bad therapy. Let's do this.
And I'm dying because I'm like, oh shit, you're really fun. It's really good. It's good stuff. Oh, I just think you're amazing. I just love you. I think you're the best. Okay, well, let's have good thoughts for you for the next couple days.
Thank you.
And feel all the feels. You know this. You're Therapy Jeff, of course, so I don't know why I'm talking to you about it, but okay.
Good reminder.
That's this, yes. Everybody else, you know where to find me, but who cares about me? Therapy Jeff is here. It's JenniferHurvitz.com. And this is my first episode back. So yay, I'm so glad everybody's back with me, and stick around and go do something wonderful for yourself today and listen to Therapy Jeff. And I don't know, that's it. All right, I got nothing for you. So check out my website, JenniferHurvitz.com, and buy my books and look for my new book in October. And what else I got? That's it. Peace, love, and truth, y'all. Have a great day. Thanks for being here.